It's been over 16 years, so.
No, I was thinking about actually on the car ride over, like how, like growing up, like in school and all that, like everyone always had like these memories to share with one another about like, like going to friends' house and sleeping over and stuff like that. But like I didn't have many. Like I had like one or two friends, but like all my memories were like made here. Like this was my like friend's house where I'd like come every Sunday, and this is all my memories were made.
So that's crazy because every time I would drive by with Carter, like just driving anywhere, Carter would point to the church and say, friends, friends. Yeah. Every time this was his friends, just pointing to it. He loved this church. And I'm so grateful. I thought the church was too big, so I didn't want to come. And I remember one day, you, Carter, and Cheyenne were really young, and guys like, go pray, go pray. Where am I going to go pray? I got 3 little rambunctious kids at home. And literally I pulled into the parking lot because unlike the movies, the doors were not open. You can't just walk into the church. So I pulled into the parking lot and I sat there and I prayed. And then it was just you, me, Cheyenne that came because Carter wasn't with us yet. And then it was just a couple weeks, maybe a month later, and Dad started coming with us. And that was such an answer to one of my prayers because Dad grew up in the church, unlike me. I did not grow up in the church. And we continued to come. And we grew relationships, and our family grew. Carter became part of our family. And we came back that first Sunday, even after he passed, which was really hard, but it was family, right? Do you know how proud he's going to be of you? He's so proud of you. So proud of you. And we've shared all of that. You've been here since you were 3 years old.
I know, too long.
3 years old. And now you're in college and helping me with the littles. So friends. That's EAC for us, isn't it? Friends. What's your favorite memory? Now that I've ruined your makeup. I'm just grateful. And grateful God provided, not a place is the wrong word, but a family to help me as a mom, help you guys. Because I learned very quickly, I could open the Bible, I could read to you guys, I can give you a little mat on the floor to pray at night, but it takes a village to raise a child. And this is our village. I couldn't have done it without all of the volunteers over the years that poured love into the children. I couldn't have done it without Wednesday nights and everybody that serves and just loves Jesus so much that they pour into the little children. Because he said, let the children come to me. The little children are so important. And I am so grateful for all of their love and help and support. Because the most important thing is that my kids know the love of Jesus. They know that you are loved so much. You know how much you are loved, not loved by mom, but loved by the one who created you and loved by the one who chose you and calls you by name. That's all I want for you. That's all I really, really want for you is that you know that love.
I feel like EAC has really done a really good job of really like showing that and then like just sharing that love. My time like growing up here through all of my education and all my years here, but like just like everyone around me, like I see it in like the little kids that like you serve with and everyone else serves with, and I see it in the volunteers like you were saying, and just like everyone is just like so full of love, and I feel like it just kind of like it just kind of like pours in this church, and you could just feel it. I feel like just this church really like these walls or something are made up of these like just very thick brick that like just nothing can like it just like holds together, like I don't know, like
It's sacred and special. Now that I made you cry.
Yeah, I don't really know if I have anything else. I feel like I have a million stories. I just like don't know one that like can really capture AAC really well at all.
Like I can speak as a volunteer. I can say that's where like my community falls from, is all the volunteers and giving to one another and caring about one another and loving one another and supporting one another. How would yours be? Like someone says, I grew up in that church.
Yeah, I never thought like we have two totally different perspectives on the church, because like I like as far as I can remember, like I've been here. Like it's not like I remember coming here and I remember starting. Like I remember being in the nursery with, was it Miss Rose? Yeah, like the first thing I can remember is being back in the preschool room with her, and you know all the Bible stories that were hanging up in the clothesline. I remember like, you know, like we would color on them and she would be so proud to hang them up on the wall. And but like you don't have like those like, oh, I colored a page and got to hang it up on the wall kind of moments like I did.
You went all the way through from 3 years old to graduating.
Yeah. I've seen like, you know, kids as young as I am and or as I was, and going from preschool and over to Kid City. And I remember like that transfer from the 5th grade to middle school when we like would move from the smaller building across the street to upstairs, and it was like this huge move for us, and they would spend like weeks preparing us for it. And then we went from that 5th grade and 6th grade like kind of moved to the 8th grade to high school move, and you know like moving through youth group and on Sundays D teams, and just like all those like the crazy, like we're just barely walking all the way through your graduating high school. Yeah, it's insane seeing how much like you grow and not realize like how fast it goes,
how it changes. Just love.
Yeah,
it's love.
You know, seeing people like come and go, and seeing the people that like stick with you and like, you know, help you through those really awkward, you know, middle phases of growing through school. And a lot of my favorite memories from the church come from our like outreach events that they've kind of like guided us through as kids. Like I remember being in Kid City, and obviously like you can't go all the way to like New York in 5th grade, but you know we'd go like down the street and like go Christmas caroling and like small things like that. But they would help us like build into middle school and go to like Orlando and have like, you know, our conferences that would help build us to high school, where we could actually finally go out and start to serve. And just seeing like all the ways that this church has like prepared me and prepared like everyone else I've grown up with to finally go out and actually like teach the word of God and actually spread the gospel. Like obviously like when I'm here in preschool, I'm not going to go out and, you know, share the things that I got to do in high school. And I think it's just cool seeing like how this church has just like really like mentally prepared us for going out and, you know, sharing what God intended for us to do. Seeing how I've been able to grow in that, and, you know, personally and in my faith, and I think it's just been an awesome experience, and a lot of memories I've made have just like, it's just always going to stick with me in this church, and it's just something that I could never, you know, trade and like give up on. I have too many stories, and I think a lot of them that like I always think about is the ones that I've had outside of this church. Not because like I don't have like memories here in this church, but because this church has prepared me for those memories outside, if that makes sense. Like in middle school, like I wouldn't be able to talk to, like, I feel like I was so shy, I was so like enclosed, and I just like, what's the word, it's just like very introverted. If I was ever to be able to go back and visit myself through the years, and I just know that like younger me would be like crazy, like that is not who I am. Like who I am now, like they're gonna be like, that's not you. Like there's no way that you're going out and doing the things that you're doing. There's no way that you're like, you know, actually starting to evangelize. Like I wouldn't know that word, but like, you know, like how do you know the word evangelism? Like that's insane. Like But like if I was to share some of the experiences that I've had with like my younger self, like in this nursery, like if I were to meet with them, like I just know they'd be like, that's not me. Like I can't imagine how I am that. But I just know that I would be so proud of myself and where I've come and the things I've done and my experiences, and I just
No. You're amazing. You're amazing, Makayla. You're amazing.
that's got me like, that's so crazy. Like I like these tables I've grown up with, like, you know, they haven't changed.
But that's what this little nursery is about. It's about showing the love of Jesus to the little children from the very beginning, so they don't doubt, so that they know that people around them love them and care for them.
Yeah, I mean the whole church, like physically, like we like we paint the walls, we change the couches out, like everything.
A couple of times.
Yeah, like I've seen the church go through some phases, you know?
Including this room.
Crazy colors, but well, honestly, like I feel like the one thing that doesn't change is these nurseries. Like you're just like these books. Like I remember like some of these books growing up and these tables, like in like
More memories, huh?
yeah, like being able just looking at them and it like just sparks like a memory back. And like a lot of the other stuff, like it's so pretty outside and like the lobby, and it's like everything's so aesthetically pleasing, but you come to the nursery and it's like, oh, I remember like doing this and coloring this page here, and I remember sitting with Carter in this table, and like all the things like I remember doing as a kid, but I also remember like, oh, I got to serve here and do this with this kid, and I got to like, you know, the different memories that spark from the different ages I've been here. I think it's pretty cool, and I really hope they don't take some of this furniture out.
We'll ask them.
Yeah.
They got to at least leave one table and one red
And
chair
one chair.
and Carter's memory.
I think so.
Okay. Love you, EAC.